Alright, what's up guys, it's Chaotic here, and welcome back to episode 2 of my Anchor Guide series. Today we're going to be looking at Retaliation Hardpoint. Last episode we looked at Breakout Hardpoint, so if you want to go check that out on my channel, be sure to go and do that. I appreciate the support you guys give on this series and on this channel overall. So, Retaliation Hardpoint. Least favourite map for me. I'm going to quickly go ahead and say that I do not like this map. It's just very scrappy and very just... You know, isn't much means of control. It's just constant, hopes and breaks and just constant team pushes. And I don't like it, basically. Nevertheless, there's still anchoring to be done. And although there isn't that much to be done, it's not that important, but it is still a fairly important role. So, middle hill. We're going to be on this middle bridge area. The first place you're going to want to go onto is this hot wall run head glitch. You want to be careful of this wall run and this high wall run on the curve, and just be cautious of this middle bus area. But your main focus is going to be on this wall run and on this curve. Of course, you can peek up and just sort of help your teammates out. One thing I will note in this hill is that be careful of these cars. Many people, including teammates, including amateur players, not so much pro players, but this hill is just explosive century. Constant explosive cars, so be careful of that. So just be careful of that. On the other side, again, you're kind of wanting to go and do the same. It's not such an effective head glitch, but it's still effective in terms of watching curve, and you can easily watch all the way down to their tank. So it is a very effective spot. You could also sit on this car here, stand up on the car and crouch down. You can even watch the war in there, so if you just shoot through those windows there, you can shoot the person through the car. This is where it gets a little bit scrappier. Obviously this is considered a scrap hill, so there's going to be a lot of players just jumping on the hill and hoping for the best, and just try to pick up as many kills as you possibly can. Around 15 seconds on both sides, you're going to want to start to rotate. You're probably wondering why it's such a late rotation. The reason is because there's not that much of an anchor. So the first spot you're going to want to try and get control of is this bedroom area here. This bedroom is considered the good side, so if you have this bedroom, you can watch garage, or you can watch the top bridge. You could even not really watch scaffold, but you can be careful of platter bar. You could also even sit behind here if you don't have control of the hill, so you can try to pick players off if you're able to. But the main focus for you is going to be purely on this middle bedroom area. If you can get control of bedroom, then it makes your life much easier. We then got a 15-second rotation, again fairly late, even 10 seconds if you're on the good side, which is bedroom. If you're not, you're going to want to flood through this bridge area if you're not on the good side. If you are on the good side and you do have that bedroom control, you're going to want to rotate all the way through the back, and you want to be head glitching, not really head glitching, but you want to be sitting around this tank area here, focusing on bridge. A lot of players will try and flood through here. If your shots are a little bit shaky and you're not really warmed up, you can easily go and sit in this corner, so you can control the hill like that. A lot of players will be flooding through, so just be careful. You could also sit at the very back. There's another spot right at the back. Again, if you're a support player or you have another AR player watching that bridge, you could easily sit on this back area here, watching lobby and cutting off the flow of players coming from market. You could also sit on this blue car, but it's not a very effective spot. If you have bridge control though, you could also sit here. So if you have lobby control and bridge control, you can sit in this little area here and cover off the market. But regardless of which side you're on, whether you got the good spawns or the bad spawns, you're going to want to rotate at around 17 seconds, a little bit later, a little bit earlier even, because the main focus you're going to be focusing on is through this hill. There we go. And it's going to be this back broken area here. You're going to want to focus on this bridge area. Be careful of the tunnel and the two stairways. Be careful of people head glitching the car. But your main focus is going to be on this bridge area here. Be careful of the hill. A lot of players, especially anchors, think that they can just sit at the back here and the teammates will get good spawns. Because the anchor spot and the hill are so closely compact, even if you have the anchor spot, you need to have the hill. It is an absolute essential to get good spawns. You have to have the hill. So just be careful of this bridge area, because I do believe some people can jump and still see you over the high wall run curve. Little secret there. So if you're standing up, you can still get killed from that high wall run curve. But overall, that's where your main focus is going to be. Again, another scrappy hill coming up, this middle hill, around 10 seconds on rotation, very late on rotation. The main reason is because there's not an anchor spot. It is just pure scrap, and how many kills you can get. And your main focus is going to be on the hill, watching over the objective shoulders. If you can, you could probably watch this bedroom side, but again, that's for your Slayer. You could also, here's a little bit of advice, is if you are struggling to, if you're controlling the hill and your team has got it set up, sometimes wise to go over to this bridge side, making sure no one's going to flank, because obviously, because it's such a scrappy hill, and because it's right in the middle, it's kind of just whoever can flank first and pick up the most kills. I will say that if you're going to pick a good side and a bad side, it's going to have to be in this lobby area, because there's not so many places to get flanked from. I mean, you're not really going to get flanked from Market. Bedroom is probably the most likely places you're going to get flanked, that and Bridge, but over on the other side, you can get flanked from Plat, you can get flanked from Back Bridge, you can get flanked from Main Bridge, so it's kind of like the lesser of two evils on this whole side of rotating. And yes, that's what you're going to be focusing on, the lobby area. And again, 10 seconds, very light rotation, purely because there's not much of an anchor job. You're going to want to go all the way back to your head glitch spot, and voila, that is the rotations and where you need to be sitting in Retaliation Hardpoint. I am going to say that, like I said, I don't really like this hill, this map, purely because of how scrappy it is. It's not very tactical. The anchor position is not very much needed, so your NV4 may be swapped out for, say, a KBR, Jesus Christ. So you might be switching out for a KBR rather than an NV4, but you are still going to have a fair amount of long-range gunfights, especially on this hill, the last hill, and the third hill. Maybe a little bit in the third hill, but the second hill is kind of just scrap, same with the first and same with the last hill, so not much tactics going on behind it. Like I said, I'm not a very big fan of this map. I'm not sure about what's most important. I think the most important part is just picking up as many kills as you possibly can. And Breakout, you got to be on those rotations. You have to be on those rotations. But this map is just whoever can kill the most people as quickly as they possibly can. And there's not really much other way of saying that, which is why I'm not a very big fan of this map. So if you guys have enjoyed, if you did, be sure to press the like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel, because it really does help me out. And of course, if you subscribe, you'll get to know all the future videos coming up on my channel. I've messed up this outro, but I'm going to stick with it anyway. My name is Chaotic, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.